Futures are a fantastic financial trading tool, and for a long time they've been tucked away in the pockets of those professional traders, and now they are available to everyone. But many are intimidated by them or don't understand them, and therefore miss out on a great opportunity in the trading world. Now, the three big takeaways why I would use futures are: one, the amount of different markets it can expose you to. You can be into commodities, stock indexes, bonds, interest rates, stocks, all sorts of different markets. Second, leverage. Now, the broker you're going to use is going to give you a multiple of your funds that you deposit to access these instruments. So that means if you have a successful strategy that makes money, you're going to get a return many multiples bigger than what you would normally say just by buying a standard stock. But beware, understanding futures is essential, because if you get it wrong you can lose a lot quicker. And then third, my final reason for wanting to use futures, and probably the biggest reason, is you can take advantage of markets when they fall. So if we're in a recession like we are now, and you think the price of oil is going to go down, or the S&P 500 is go down, now normally you'd only be able to access that to the upside, but we can use futures to take advantage of that down price movement. So three big massive reasons why you want to be using futures. But like I said, these contracts have been tucked away, not very available to many, so people are confused how to get going in the world of futures trading. Well, I've got 5 steps that you need to follow to start getting trading futures, and we're going to go through those now. Step 1 is really simple. It is get educated. It's as simple as that. You'll be amazed how many people try to run before they can walk. Futures have some peculiarities in there that can catch you out and cost you a lot of money, so you've got to know your stuff. Fortunately, I've got your bases covered. Got a great course here free on my channel. How do you find it? Well, you head into the home page. You can do it by searching futures, or go down to, say, the Ultimate Free Trading Course playlist, hit the view full playlist, and if you're into learning more about trading, there's lots of stuff in there for you to take you from zero to hero in the world of trading. But if we scroll our way down, and it's a fair old journey down the amount of videos here, you can see learn how to trade futures, 7 profitable reasons why you'd want to trade them, a beginner's guide. So it's just under an hour's worth of information there. Go through it, make sure you understand the futures world, the market, the peculiarities, how they function, expiries, all those type of things. Really critical, so that you can understand how to benefit from the futures world. Step 2. Now, it sounds obvious, but you're going to need a broker to trade these markets. Now, if in the US, it's a lot easier to get hold of a futures broker, but the rest of the world, not so. And I'm based in the UK, and I've got a few brokers that I use, but I particularly enjoy this one. They're called Tiger Brokers, and if you scroll up to the top, you can see the markets they offer. It's pretty much everything you want to trade, really. Like I said, stock indexes, commodities, interest rates, bonds, the whole lot. It's all sitting in there. Even some Chinese stocks if you want to trade those as well. So get the right broker for you. Do a bit of research, find out the strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, I use Tiger Brokers here. Again, in crypto world, very popular now are futures trading. So if you can understand them in the ordinary regular world of financial markets, then you can move over to cryptos. And we've seen a big fall in the market over the last year, and most people can only buy the cryptos. Get into futures and you can sell them and take advantage of that down move there as well. I've got some other videos that you'll be able to scroll through, especially in that playlist I mentioned in point 1, that talks you through how to find a good broker. But futures, well, a bit more limited in what you can get. The Tiger Brokers I showed you, they bought up a US brokerage that offered them that access to those markets, and they offer that globally. I'll put links in the description below here if you want to chase that up and have a look at them. But do your research first, get comfortable with them. I know it's obvious, but you're going to need a broker, and there's some other points around that broker that we're going to look at in a minute. Step 3, another obvious one, is build your trading plan. Don't go off just willy-nilly into the world of futures trading just because it sounds good. Come up with a structured plan like you would if you were starting a business. You know, what markets you're going to trade, time frames, what tools you're going to use, like technical analysis, fundamental analysis, you know, the whole rule set from start to finish, how you get in, get out, manage trades. I want you to commit to building that trading plan and strategy. Find your edge before you even dive in to actually trading futures. Step 4, work out how much funds you're going to need to put into your account to trade futures. Now, once you've done step 1, you're going to understand what I mean around the leverage and the margin that you're going to need to put down to maintain your futures positions. Now, historically, futures have been quite an expensive market to get into, but now with micro and mini futures contracts, it's much more affordable to most. And if we take a look in the Tiger Broker again, we can see an example. I've got a ordinary, a micro and a mini contract, and you can see the different amount of funds you're going to need in your account to just maintain one lot of those positions. So if in your strategy you want to trade 2 lots, 5 lots, 10 lots, factor in that amount to the amount you're going to put in your account. And then, so let's go into that WTI example we first looked at. If you pull up the first contract there, WTI, that's the normal contract. Now if we find the main contract, which is down here, we click on that, we double click on it, and it brings up the chart. Now that button up the top there, contract, tells us how much it is going to trade. It's going to give us the summary of the details. Now, to do one ordinary lot of futures, you're going to need $13,000 just to trade that. Now that is too expensive for most, so this is where these other contracts come into play. So we go back to say the E-mini. So remember we just looked at 12,000. Now the mini, what does that mean? Well, slightly smaller contract, but it's half the value you need to put up, 6,000. So it's still quite a lot. So what the futures world have done, they've gone and built these micro contracts. And again, if we find the main one, double click on it, go up to the contract. Now you can see it's $1,100, $1,200, so a lot more affordable. And remember, you're getting, the value of that contract is quite substantial. It's 100 times the futures price, 79. So you can see, divide that into that times 100, and you've got a big ratio there of exposure you're getting, and you're going to keep the profit on the big size or the loss on the big size. So that's the advantage, the leverage, which you'll learn about in the course. I'll explain more in the course in step 1. Now, still $1,100, $1,200 might be expensive. Just dig around the contracts. For example, I noticed looking in FOREX, your Canadian dollar here, you go down to the micro Canadian dollar, and again we find the main contract and pull back the detail. You can actually see that one is only $150, $160. So again, depending on the market you're trading, it can be more or less affordable. So do a bit of research. Another big top tip, and it's not related to this point, but it catches a lot of people out. It is know the expiries of your contracts. If you want to keep your contract going past the end date of the futures contract, you can roll it over, work out and learn how to do that, or make sure you don't get caught out by coming into the expiry period and the consequences that means for your account. So important facts and tips there, but just spend some time working out how much funds, give yourself a bit of leeway in there as well, you're going to need to apply to your account. It's going to be different by markets, forex, commodities, etc. They've all got their own value. Go through it, work it out properly. And step 5 is the bit you've all been waiting for. It is get trading, get experience. You're going to learn more about futures if you actually get stuck into it after you've done steps 1 to 4. You will learn, when you've got real money on the line, how these markets work. You'll learn from your mistakes and your successes in equal measure, and hopefully that will hone you into a good futures trader. But also, please promise me you'll commit to measuring your results. There's no point just trading. When I was on the desk, you had risk managers, accountants, management monitoring you all the time, letting you know your performance. You've got to do the same thing in your trading. So it's not a case of just putting on the trades and sitting back. Know the SWOT, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of your futures trading. So like I said right at the start, you need to get educated first, and I've got a link for you now coming up that is to that futures trading course that I mentioned.